Guys, on this channel, I'm going to be super vulnerable and say whatever I want to say, whatever I'm feeling now, whatever I felt in the past, I will say it and tell you guys without overthinking it or telling myself, no, I don't want to share this with you guys, because that is the reason why I made this channel, to tell you guys everything. Okay, I know I could have done that on TikTok, but I just chose to do it here on YouTube. So last year, I wanted to take my life because there are so many things going on in my life. I know I'm not the only person in the world that had problems last year or has problems, but there was so much of things going on last year for me because I didn't have a matric. I failed my matric actually, and there were so many things going on in my head. I just thought that it's the end of the world, that phrase that people say, no, it's not the end of the world, but in my head, I would literally think it's the end of the world. Like a lot of people would tell me, bro, it's not the end of the world, you can still go rewrite. But in my head, I was like, what am I going to do? Because I failed my matric, I don't have it. What else am I going to do? And at that time, my TikTok was not popping that much because I couldn't see the vision and I wasn't putting that much of work on my TikTok. And I was just thinking of so many things. And on that year, I had lost one job. I got fired from one job. And the second job, I just left because of some complications. And then after those two jobs, I just sat at home and I kept on thinking to myself, what am I going to do with my life? Do I have a purpose here on earth? Or am I just going to, you know, leave the earth without being a nobody, bro? And while I was in my room, there were so many thoughts creeping in telling me that, nah, bro, whatever you're trying to do, it won't happen. And I listened to those thoughts. I kind of listened to those thoughts. And I was trying to build my relationship with God and trying to get closer to God, like reading my Bible every day, starting a routine, you know. But those things just kept on, not working out. I kept on, trying to build a relationship with God, reading my Bible, and then going back to square one, doing it again, going back to square one to the point where I just stopped. I remember there was this one time where I was in my room last year and I was sitting here in my room. I was sitting right here on this spot, right? I don't think you see. Like I was sitting right here, bro. You see right here. And I had my knees tucked in like this. My knees were tucked in like this, and my hands were like holding my knees, and I was crying, and I was literally listening to Adele. I think it was I forgot the name of the song, but I would always listen to that song when I didn't feel good. I would replay it, and I was crying, bro. I was literally crying, telling myself, I don't think I should be here because I'm not doing anything with my life. Like, there's nothing that I'm going to do to change this because I didn't have a matric. That was the reason why. And right now I'm thinking to myself, like, that was really stupid of me, you know? And I did tell somebody about the suicide attempt, and that was a friend of mine. I called him, we talked, and I was literally crying, bro, on the phone. and he spoke to me. And then I told him, I was like, bro, all I want to do is take the social media thing seriously. So I'm just going to try and lock in. That's what I said to him. After he told me all of those things, he told me that, bro, you shouldn't worry about that stuff. You should just try and work on yourself, go out, take a walk, all of that, you know. And after that, I told him I seriously want to lock in. I want to do social media. And after that, everything started to get into place, and I started becoming consistent with my content. Started posting videos every single day. I told myself that in order for me to get what I want and to be known on social media, I need to do it every single day. So I told myself I'm gonna wake up every single day, and I even developed a new routine on that day, and then I started doing it every single day. It just became a habit. And sometimes I tend to think if I didn't make that call, because I called him, I called my friend, and I told him this is what I'm going through, and he gave me advice. If I didn't make that call, there wouldn't be any bias right now. And I'm so grateful that I did make that call. I'm also grateful that he he just gave me advice and told me, bro, try and do this and this and this and that. And thinking back about what I just wanted to do to myself, just harm myself, was just stupid of me. That's what I think about it now. It was just stupid, you know, because, bro, whoever you are, you do have a purpose in this world, bro. You have a purpose. You have to just know what you want. If you know what you want, you can focus on that particular thing and put in the work and do it every single day, and it will happen, bro. But just don't the moral of the story is don't ever try and take your life over small things, bro. Don't ever do that. Don't ever try to tell yourself that people do not need you in this world. They do, bro. They love you. You got a lot of people, your relatives, your friends. Some of them may not show you that, but they do actually love you, bro. And you need to be here. You need to be here and work hard, bro, for whatever you want. Because anything is possible, gang. Anything is possible. You have a purpose in this world. You should never try and take your life. That's basically what I wanted to tell you guys, and I hope you understand what I was trying, not what I was trying to say, what I just said. So, yeah. Stay safe.